Hey everyone, so today is a different type of video we'll be doing. If you haven't seen this video, I'm making sure I'm going to post that one first because I'm showing you it. So this is a video we're about to do. I'm waiting on one more to show up in the mail. These are very weird soda flavors. Now, some of them say mustard flavored, which is a good sign, but I'm hoping that some of them aren't a joke. I wonder if this is actually going to taste like soil, and I wonder if that's actually going to taste like grass. I'm still waiting on what's supposed to show up. Oh, there's one, the last one until I open these in a video, butter flavored soda. So, honestly, what this reminds me of is, has anyone ever bought jelly beans? Jelly Belly makes a bag of jelly beans. Half of them are normal flavors. Half of them are absolutely disgusting things like vomit and other things, but they look exactly the same. You eat them with someone and you try to not get the wrong one. Well, that's what it reminds me of, because in that bag, Jelly Belly made a grass flavored jelly bean, which I actually didn't think was that bad. They also made one that was toothpaste flavored, which I also didn't think was that bad. It just tasted like mint to me. But people have been asking me to do a video on this. It's been 4 years since we've done a can opener overhaul. If you may be seen in some of my recent videos, this thing has been struggling a little bit on some cans. This can opener's dying. I think we might have to open it up soon and maybe lubricate it. Come on. The main reason we use this can opener is because people just really like it. Like the sound of it, I guess. Come on. Maybe we gotta give it like a head start. We already got it halfway though. And before this vintage can opener that you can't get anymore, well, you actually can buy them. If any of you guys in the comments really want one, go on like eBay or a similar website like, who else sells used things? I think everyone technically sells used things, even Amazon these days, but yeah, you can still get them on places like that, and they're actually pretty abundant. So this thing here, it's got cord storage. On the back right here, we never use it, and it's also barely ever been used. I can still see in that crack right there, there's a sharpening stone. You stick knives in there. You can stick them in there, and you slide it back and forth, and it sharpens them while you have this push down. The same motor runs the sharpening wheel, and I guess that sharpening wheel is also kind of like, what do you call it? Like an old tractor. What's the word? Yeah, it acts like a flywheel. It keeps momentum moving, so it helps things open. Like in last week's video, we opened a can on here, and it was going so slow, but then I backed it up, and it just flew through the whole thing. Maybe we gotta give it like a head start. We already got it halfway though. Well, that did help give it a little head start. Because of it acts like a little flywheel. But we opened this thing up a few years back. We oiled and lubricated all the parts, and we're going to do that again today. So this takes a star screwdriver. Maybe you guys can see in this other hole. Star. And I don't have that in my basement tools. We got to head out to the barn. Well, I do have one here with the drill, and that's okay to remove them, but you never want to use power tools for tightening something. Well, fragile things like plastic and electrical. But I'm just taking a peek. No, I don't even have one of those screwdrivers that could accept the drill bit. I don't think I've ever shown you my little barn on this channel before. I usually make vlog videos in here on my Post 10 Vlogs channel. So yeah, right here we have a bunch of, this is lumber I'm going to be using because my unfinished room, I'm going to put some trim up. So I just rearranged some things in here, so I have to figure out where I put them. They used to be on this shelf, so they are. I found one of them. Are we lucky enough that this one star screwdriver is the right one? Oh wait, I found a second one. And the rest of them, when I rearranged the building the other day, oh no, where did I put them? locked. The top has to be open for this other drawers to... I know somewhere I got a whole bunch of them. Somewhere. That's all files. Yep, this is the drawer, all right. I don't know what size. No, that's not a star. That's a square. Oops. I guess I didn't put them in the toolbox. Maybe they're down here. No. I gotta keep looking around, I guess. Last week I just replaced the entire attic of the garage because you could never walk up there. It was so weak. They used the skinniest 2x4s and they had one every 5 feet. It felt like you were gonna fall through the floor, so I just replaced every single part of the attic. Hopefully one of these fits, and I can always tear apart the garage at a different time. I'm confident one of them will fit. Too big. And this is like a size smaller. No. We have to tear the garage apart. After an hour of searching around, I decided to look out in the car, and then I found them all. I must have been doing something on my car. That's what it is. That's why all these things were left in the car. When I changed my license plates, because the old ones... License plates, I feel, are garbage, and road salt like eats through it around the bolt after like 2 years and it just falls off. On my license plate, I have star screws. I just feel like it's one extra step to slow someone down, and I always keep plastic pins, duct tape, bolts, all kinds of things that might help me out somewhere. Let's hope for the best. Do we have one that fits? This one's kind of small. Fits perfectly. I've always been pretty good at eyeballing wrenches and sockets when they're all in front of me. To an extent. I at least get the ones, I at least get within one size. So it looks like there's 3 of them here. We haven't opened this thing in years. The last time we opened it, the entire inside was full of dust from the knife sharpener, because whoever used to own it obviously used it a lot, or maybe it was just falling apart from running it over the years, but I think it was the first answer. This third one was a little tight. Oh, that's how it opens up, like that. Don't want to lose the screws. Put them there. Instantly when we open it, we got a quick odor, which I just think is oil. Okay, oil, and we can also smell a little bit of burning right here of the motor coil. And that's from when it goes, That's why, if you guys seen my videos, if it completely stops, I don't let it continue humming because that burns a motor out. But it's also not good for a motor letting it run slowly. You see how this works? It's got a lot of torque. Yeah, this is what smells. And believe me, I will buy another one of these if this does end up breaking, because people love the nostalgic sound of these machines in my old videos. Now, a lot of people complain that sometimes this thing rips the label on these rare cans. We don't remove the label first because oftentimes it cracks and just falls off because it's so old. And this is what rips it. Is that a magnet? No. I have no idea what this piece of metal is for and why it's even there. I think I'm going to try to get a white, this isn't white anymore, but see, it used to be. It faded in the sun. Maybe I'll just put a piece of electrical tape over it like twice so it has something smooth instead of something sharp to rub against, because that's what cuts the labels on our cans. So, inside here, it's still oiled up. I don't see anything that's possibly slowing down its operation, not one bit. See, there's even some right there. I don't have grease or anything, but I do have gear oil, and it doesn't really matter to me if it drips down inside like it has been a little bit. I'm not going to bother cleaning the inside because this dirtiness, it's never going to touch anything in there. That's just remains coming off of the sharpening wheel. By the looks of the sharpening wheel, it hasn't been used much, but it has definitely been used. See, the knife touches on the side, and it is slightly worn, but it really hasn't been used a lot. I'll show you guys it working with itself open. We did that years ago. Just be careful what you touch there, because I think, yeah. Actually, the hot wire is protected. The neutral shouldn't zap you, but I'm still not going to touch anything right here, just in case. And I'll show you guys it working. It's so quiet without the housing. The housing amplifies it. Look at this. If we put it back in its house and we hit it, maybe we got to seal it more. Yeah. It's not as loud as when it's under stress of opening a can, but it certainly is a little bit louder with the housing, and I think with the stress and in the housing, it makes a big difference. I kind of want to put it on a can while it's open. I wonder how much quieter it'll be, because it makes its noise when it's under torque. So what can we put it on right now? Here's a can of sliced peaches that I'll eat after the video. Is it even still good? Yeah, it's still good for another year. Another 11 months or so, I should say. So let's try opening a can with this thing open. I just want to know how quiet it operates. I hope I don't spill it, because there's not a lot of stability there. I guess it's not that much quieter. But that was kind of cool, using it while it was open like that. All right. So I'm going to go back out to the garage and just get gear oil. We'll just put a little bit on there. So I guess there's really no way we can help it. The thing is actually minimum 40 years old, maybe 50 years old. Now this thing here, when I look at pictures of it on the internet, there's similar models from the 80s back to the 60s. So it's hard to know exactly how old it is, but probably 80s, late 70s. It's easy to date a lot of the cans because there's signs all over them. But this thing here, I'd say 40, 50 years old. But there's not much we can do as far as an overhaul. I think the motor is quite literally going out on this thing. Because this whole area here, because what this is, there are thousands of tiny little wires wrapped around there, and they're covered in plastic just like this. They got a coating. But as this thing is under stress, it heats up and it starts to burn the coating off the thousands of little wires, and that's the weird smell coming out of this. The motor is actually burning up. It's very old, and it just needs to be, it just needs some love and care. Maybe we can get this guy open too. And this one actually has a removable top so you can wash it. A lot of people are telling me to just take this whole thing off and wash it. How does this one come off? Does this even come off? Is that like a button right here? No. I don't see, maybe this one doesn't come off. I think it does, but I'm not sure. I'm back from the garage. This thing is a little oily on the outside somehow. I think every time I use it, there's a little in here that just dribbles. All right, let's put a little bit of oil onto there. Move it around a little bit. It doesn't look focused, but oh, it's focusing on this. Stop that camera. Here we go. Let's put a little tiny bit of oil there. There. And where does it join with the motor? Just put it right there. It'll make its way to the motor. I don't know if that helped at all, but that's literally all we can do for it. Does it sound any quieter? Well, time to put this guy back together. And that's all we can do for it. Now, only time will tell when we make more canned videos. If this helped, it definitely didn't hurt, but not much we can do. If anything, it made it vibrate a little more because the gears aren't hitting as hard, I guess. Like I said earlier, you can easily destroy something with a drill, but I can't find the proper thing to remove that. This will get it off easily, but gotta be super careful putting it back on. One little thing and it comes off, right? There's no more. What am I doing wrong? I see. See, there's little tabs I had to pull that way, and then it comes out. Don't see any type of date on it, unfortunately. This one looks a lot more clean because we barely use it. This one also has a knife sharpener. And this one, the knife sharpener has literally never been used. There's not even a mark from a knife ever touching it. That's why there's not so much grime and debris from the stone wearing down. But this one, no lubricant at all on the gears. Let's plug this one in and see what it sounds like with it completely open. Yeah, this one feels a lot better. Yeah, I don't smell anything. It's not close to burning out, so this might have to be our replacement someday for the other one. So, just got to put a little bit of oil on both of the gears, and it'll spread it around to the sprockets inside. It's all moved around. I don't think it hurts, although maybe I did kill it. Does having grease on plastic gears just attract debris that helps wear them down? Because I know plastic gears don't technically need to be greased. Metal on metal does. We got metal on plastic and plastic on plastic, so I don't think this even requires grease, but why not? I guess that right there on both of them is another point that maybe could have a small drop, because that's spinning right there, the little bearing. But let's put it back away. So just like the way it went on, or the way it went off, just gotta pull the cord. The cord is what's in the way, right? Oh, it has a little spot for the cord to go through. That's gonna be a pain to get it in there, maybe. You see how it's coming through here, but we need it on the other side, like that. There we go. It's together. One tiny little screw. Be very careful putting it back on. And that's it. If this thing hammered at all, it probably would have broke it. This one also makes a pretty cool nostalgic noise, I guess. Well, I'm going to put this stuff away now, and I hope today's video of opening up and seeing what was inside the can openers was interesting. Thanks for watching, and have a great night.